So my next plan for wood drying is to take this Subzero, which broke down recently. It just started making a lot of noise and stopped working, and I called my supplier, and they said that it would cost way too much money to repair this thing. So I'm going to turn it into a kiln. I'm going to drill some holes in here and put the temperature controller. And what have I got here? I've got a dehumidifier that I'm going to be putting at the bottom, and a temperature controller to control the temperature so that it doesn't get too hot. And I'm going to be converting this to vertical storage for slabs. I'm going to be standing the slabs from the bottom to the top, probably backed up to the back. Oh, this is kind of flimsy here. I may take this out. And I'm taking this shelf out. I took all the other shelves out of here, and the supports, the trays. That guy right there. I'm going to take out the ice maker, which is underneath here. Ice maker, and just clean the whole thing out. Yeah, so that's my project. I got delayed because my back went out and I just couldn't move this thing, and couldn't get down low enough to unscrew this whole contraption here. I'm not sure what holds this in. I think there's just maybe 4 screws, Phillips screws underneath here. So that's my project. I'm kind of limping along because of my back problem, but I'm going to try to get at least that shelf taken out today. And I'm going to figure out a method of strapping the slabs together vertically, so that with stickers in between, some kind of a sticker ladder that I'll be putting down. And hopefully it'll work out. I haven't figured it all out yet, but as I go along, I'll let you know. So that's the project. I just unplugged the thing, and it's ready to go. It's a Subzero, for Pete's sakes, and it broke down. But it's an old one. It's a very old one. We had a refrigerator, a side-by-side refrigerator freezer. The refrigerator broke down a couple years ago, and now the freezer broke down. So it's going to become a kiln, a second life, just like the wood slabs, second lives for them. So that's it for now. So I got this shelf off. It was like 5 screws to get it off. And now I'm taking these guys off. All Phillips, so it's not too bad. That's in order to get to the screws under here to take this guy off. These were kind of blocking those screws, so no big deal. One step at a time. Come on, Jackie. There she goes. I kind of enjoy this slow process. And for some reason, these were kind of stripped on the other side, at least. Let's see if I can get this loose as she's turning. Taking apart a Subzero freezer. Boy, you don't hear that very often. Came with the house when we bought it, and it was built in to the wall with wood fixtures all the way around. And when we went to say we wanted to replace this thing, The new Subzeros would not fit. So decided to change to Frigidaire. If I can get these off, then I can get that screw out of there that's underneath. There she goes. Take these off, take this off. Getting old. Okay. Trying to learn the Japanese language. I am of Japanese descent, but I never learned. I went to Japanese school when I was a kid. Every Saturday, I believe. And I think I spent a few years doing that. But I never got it. Never got it. Which is a shame. I'm sure my parents were not very happy about that. My father spoke Japanese. My mother really didn't. I mean, very minimally, I think. So she was brought up in a family with 5 kids. She had 2 sisters and 2 brothers. Uncle Joe, Uncle David, Auntie Shizu, Auntie Nobi, my mother. Yes, that was it. And her parents, who moved to the United States in, I think, the Tacoma, Washington area. And my father was born and raised in Seattle, Washington. Now, I was born in Washington. I was born in Fort Lewis, Washington. My father was in the military, and he came back from, no, he was in Korea when I was born, and I was born on the military base in Fort Lewis, Washington, which is very near Seattle. And my father came back in 1950, the year I was born, actually 51, because I was 1 year old when he came back. And he met me for the first time coming off the ship, which brought him back from Korea. He served in Korea, he served in World War II in Italy and Germany. And he was a war hero. And yeah, proud of my dad. And then he became a dentist and spent his whole career doing dental work. Had a office in the Uptown area in Chicago. He ended up in the Uptown Bank building on Lawrence and Broadway. Had a few, well, actually one office before that. Well, actually he had a couple of offices in the Uptown Bank building. And I used to hang out there quite a bit. Actually, I enjoyed hanging out there. Used to go there after Japanese school on Saturdays. And then judo nights, mainly Friday night was judo. And my father took me there every Friday. I was not very good. I became a purple belt, which is average for my age. And then, there it goes. Yeah, so that's my father's history and his career as a dentist. And he was a captain in the Army. He was one of the medics that was considered a hero during World War II when he and his 442nd Battalion saved the Texas Battalion, which was surrounded and stuck on a hill. And they, 442nd, climbed the hill and saved these guys. And it turned out that they had more casualties than the amount of guys that they saved. So it was a very costly operation, but they did it. My dad was part of it. He was a medic. And he carried a bunch of guys out from under fire. And he was a hero. Proud of him. So this is where I'm at. Currently, I installed the temperature controller on the side of the freezer, and I put this hole in for a couple of wires to come through for the fan and the lights. And I reinstalled the fan in here. I tested it yesterday, just 4 screws, put it back up, and I'm going to be wiring it directly to the outlet on the other side over there. This one won't be controlled by temperature. It'll be running all the time. The bulbs, there are 4 40-watt bulbs, so 160 watts I think would be plenty. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to cut all these wires here just to make room and put this panel back up, which I took down yesterday. And here's my dehumidifier here, which I'm going to keep on the door here. I don't know, might be a good place for it. And the bulbs will be up on top, and then I'm going to have a bulb down at the bottom, also another fan at the bottom, and then I'm going to cut some holes in the sides. Okay, so now I have the wires run through the little grommets that I put in this metal panel that's going to be in the back of the freezer, the kiln. And the fan is up and running and ready to go. And I have the lights that are ready to go. And I fed wiring through that I'm going to be fastening to these guys up here, these to these, through the hole that I put in here. And it comes out over here. So it's pretty well protected. And then I'll plug this guy in to control the lights and the fan. So I'm just fastening down my wiring here with strap ties, or whatever you call these things, plastic ties. Anyway, just run it through here. It's hard to do with just one hand, 2 hands, but yikes, can't do it holding the camera and trying to do it. There it goes. Okay. Let me see if I could do a test real quick. This is just a battery test here. And yep, I got the lights working, 440 watters, and I've got my exhaust fan working right here. There she goes. There we go. There she goes. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, now I'm going to drill a hole for the vent. Somewhat as straight as I'm going to get it. All right, here we go. Okay. A little loose, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. So I put my wire grommet on the outside to protect the wire coming through here. That's good. And on the inside, I'm just going to use my, where is it? I'm going to use this around the wire to give it some protection. Like that. Okay, then this, well, it's too bad it's facing the wrong way, but that's like so. Deep. And it is meant to hold straps. Zip ties. That's what it's meant to do. Put one through here. Okay. There. Okay, so I've got it strapped down. That should keep it secure and protected. Secure and protected there. Going out to the outside. Enough room to lift and empty. So that should do it. Yeah, I'm going to use this guy. This is a nice hefty cable. And then these kind of fan out to whichever direction you want them to go. Right now, this is going to go like so. Right about there. All right. This guy go. So I decided to put another hole here for the fan that I'm going to be putting in, as well as a light if needed. So I'm going to do a pilot hole first. Success all the way through. So I completed the hole, and my solution to this problem here for a cover or a wire protector is to use this adapter. I'm not sure what it was for, one of the vacuums. The only problem is It opens, but not quite all the way. But then, you know, that's plenty. I think that's fine for ventilation. So I'm running a test now with my Digiten thermometer controller. I think that's what it's called, Digiten Thermostat Controller. Anyway, I've got it set to 95.2 degrees Fahrenheit as my target temperature, just as the test. I know I need to go over 100. The current temperature in the refrigerator is 59.9, 60, and slowly going up. It started at like 51. So it's a gradual increase. And I've got just the lamps on this controller right now. The fans I'm going to have running full time. This is a fan here. And this is the other fan. This is up on the top. This one's on the bottom. I've got the vents closed. These are the controllers for the vents. There's one on each side. And the fans are running. And so I'm loading up the kiln with the first batch of slabs. Barely. Okay. So now I strap it. Right. Okay. Keep these nice and tight. Test. We'll see how this goes. I think I have 4 slabs in there. Maybe one more, but probably not. I think 4 is going to be it. It should be okay. We'll see what happens. Okay, let's take some moisture readings. The wood is drying like crazy. I'm seeing some cracking going on. I hope it's not too severe. This outer piece was cracked quite a bit when I put it in. But that's pretty amazing. This stuff was at 15% when I put it in. That was yesterday, guys. Less than 24 hours ago. That's amazing. Okay, let's keep this going. Little concern is, well, no, it's staying shut very well. I thought it was the magnets were losing power, but it stays shut. Okay, let's just let it keep going. See how much, oh yeah, the temperature dropped down to 100. So it'll crank back up. I'm gonna let this go for about 6 days, is what I heard. And we'll see what happens. But maybe I'll take it out sooner based on the readings. We'll see. Yeah, so that concludes the freezer kiln build. I really appreciate you guys watching through the end. This was from my Subzero freezer that broke down, and I, instead of throwing it out, I converted it to a wood drying kiln for my slabs, and it's a vertical kiln where I dry these slabs vertically. Every other video I've seen on YouTube has been for bowl drying or other small items on shelves. This is the first time I've seen well, I haven't seen, I'm making the video. This is the first time that I think out there is a vertical kiln for slabs. So tell me what you think. My optimum temperature, I'd really like some advice on. I'm setting it at 110 degrees now, and the wood seems to be drying phenomenally well. So I'd like advice. Please leave comments down below, and please like and subscribe. I really appreciate you watching till the end. Thanks a lot. Until next time.